Everybody, Jeff, your executive gardener. It's been more than a minute. As you know, most of you know, I took a break and moved to Pittsburgh. I've been living in Pittsburgh since June, commuting back to my home in Houston. I didn't expect to be gardening this quick, but like you, I'm quarantined with the coronavirus. And trying to de-stress and make the most of my time. I'm going to probably be here for another 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. So like the rest of you, we're trying to figure out what to do with our time. So I thought I'd do a quick instructional video. Even if I go back in 4 weeks, I don't want my planting to be a burden on my family, my kids. So I'm only putting 2 pots in place. I'm doing 2 tomatoes. So most of you ask me on my channel, what can I do? How do I charge up my container plant, or in this case, container tomato? So the answer is the following. This will give you a guide to what I do. So I'm starting out with a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot's. I drill 3 holes around here. I drill them about 2 to 3 inches up on the side. The reason I do this is it creates a reservoir. In Houston, it gets very hot. Even in the next 2 to 4 weeks, it'll get hot. So basically what I do is there's extra water that stays on the bottom if the plant needs it. And the rest drains out in case it rains or waters too much. Very smart idea. It's a natural reservoir. So what I start with is I usually start off with some basic potting mix. You can get that at any gardening store. Secondly, what's really important is to find some perlite. Perlite goes in here. Give yourself a good amount. And what you want to do is stir it up with the rest of the potting mix. This aerates the soil, creates air pockets. It allows your potting mix to be a lot more less dense, a little more fluffier, aerated, and so forth. So then what I do is to enrich the soil. I want this plant to create a ton of, this is a husky cherry tomato. So as you'll see what I did, I stripped off all the leaves below here. As you know, with tomato plants, the vines will create roots, which will create more foliage, hopefully more fruit on top. So I got this one plant, husky tomato. I then recharge the soil. I put in a basic balanced Ipsoma organic tomato tone. You'll see right there. And this costs a few bucks from any gardening store. It's organic. And what it does is it gives it's a 3, 4, 6 balanced, released nutrients to the plant. And I think it's got some micronutrients as well. I then add some high yield bone and blood meal. So this gives me my nitrogen and my potassium, my phosphorus. The potassium I have is in this balanced, organic, well-balanced, time-released Ipsoma. So I put a little bit of this. You're going to ask how much for 5-gallon? Put a hefty tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons for 5-gallon. I then add Epsom salt, okay? So magnesium sulfate, which is very important for tomatoes. I put about 2 tablespoons of that in the 5-gallon. I then add gypsum. So the gypsum obviously provides calcium in here, so you prevent tomato end rot, which is those sores that look at the bottom of the tomato. So I put about 2 tablespoons of this in the 5-gallon. And then, I think I have something else. Actually, that's it. Then I mix it all up. I put it to the top of this bucket, and then I'll bring you back in a second. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So we're back. This is what it looks like. It's completely buried. You'll see that I buried that much additional of the stem of the tomato. That will create roots. That will make sure that this thing gets robust with leaves and foliage. It's really important. As you noticed, I gave a good amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and then I also use an organic liquid fertilizer to add some of the micronutrients. So this thing is good to go. The point here is that this is really easy to make, relatively affordable. It's got a built-in reservoir at the bottom, and you can take this in and out, even if you're in the northern climates, if it gets a little bit cold at night. You want to put a little bit more soil than you need because this potting mix is going to press down as it gets rained on and so forth. You can always add more. Long story short, in a container, as you know, tomatoes suck up a lot of nutrients. So all of that stuff that I put in there may seem like a lot, but this tomato is going to suck it up real quick. You need to make sure after this thing gets a little bit big, after 4 weeks, that you have the ability to add a liquid fertilizer so it can continue to produce tomatoes and drink up the nutrients that you're giving it. So that was a quick tip on planting a tomato in a 5-gallon bucket. the ingredients I use, all of them together, probably less than $20. That's it. Till next time, please everybody stay safe. Jeff, your executive gardener. Bye for now.